Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we'll explore 5 exciting features of Java 17. We'll take a look at some coding examples to showcase these features, and we'll explain how they can enhance your Java programming experience. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And for those of you that are coming back, thank you for sticking around. Like the video, share it. It helps to make the channel grow. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The first feature I want to highlight here is sealed classes. Sealed classes allows you to have control class hierarchies and improve your code maintainability. Let's take a look at an example. So here I have a plain old Java project, no Spring, no framework, nothing, just Java. And I have created this SRC folder, and inside of it I created one class, main class, and this is the class. Now in this main class, for every Java project you need to have a main method. So this is the main method, and basically I'm just printing out hello world. Now in this code snippet, we have declared a sealed class called shape by using the keyword sealed. This class permits the circle class and the rectangle class to extend it. Any other class that is not circle or rectangle cannot extend or inherit from the shape class. This is so because of the sealed keyword. So here I have created a sample class for circle, another class for rectangle, and as you can see, rectangle and circle were both able to extend the shape class. That means they were able to inherit from it. But if I try to do the same for another class, let's say for example animal, let's say I have a class animal and I try to extend shape, you will see clearly that it will not work because animal is not allowed in the sealed hierarchy. So this is sealed classes, and it is really useful. Pattern matching is another fantastic addition to the JDK 17 release. It makes conditional evaluations and declaration extremely easy. Let's take a look at another example. In this code snippet, I have here a method with the name calculate area that takes a shape as an argument, and based upon the type of the shape, it will perform a certain type of calculation. So using pattern matching, we implemented this switch statement here with the pattern matching feature of the JDK 17. And if you've been programming before, you know that this approach is more linear, cleaner, and more maintainable in the long run. So this is the syntax for pattern matching. You will now make check based, for example, on the type of shape, and if for example this shape that we pass here is a circle, this calculation will be returned. So that we will find the area of the circle using this logic. And also if the shape is of type rectangle, then we use this other logic to calculate the area of the shape. If the shape is not a circle or a rectangle, then this will be invoked, and this illegal argument exception will be thrown. So this is pattern matching, and it is really useful. Look more into it. Let's continue. In addition to the pattern matching for switch statements, there's also the pattern matching for instance of feature. The pattern matching for instance of feature performs cast after type comparisons. To understand what that means, let's look at this example. So here I have an example of the instance of feature. So by the way, in this example, the value of this expression will always be true because here we have a string, of course. But to point out the purpose of the instance of, here we are performing like a double operation. So basically this instance of keyword here is checking to make sure that this object is of type string, and if it is in fact a type string, then it will be casted into this string variable. So that means I can go and use it. But if this is not of type or is not of type string, I cannot cast it to a string, and I cannot use it here. So it will throw some exception. Now this is useful because it reduces your code, the lot of code that you need to write to check if it is a type string, and then after it you go ahead and do the casting. So you can just go ahead and do that in one line right inside of your if statement condition, and it will work just fine. So this is another example of it as well. And I'm also doing the same checking if there's an instance of a string and then casting it to a string, and then I can go ahead and perform other checks as well. So you can have multiple checks and conditions within your if statement, and it will work fine if this is a string. And similarly, you can also use negation. So here, for example, I'm using the exclamation mark to negate this whole statement. So if this is not a string, that is, if this is not a string, it will throw an exception basically. So this is the instance of feature. It can come in really handy. You can check it out on the OpenJDK website and learn more about it. The next feature here is records. Records provide a concise way to declare classes primarily used for data storage. I've used record a lot in most of my projects. If you've been watching some videos on this channel, all of my details when I use Spring Boot, I implement them with records. But if you've not seen records before, let's look at this code snippets so that you have an idea what a record is. So to start working with records, you firstly need to declare or define your record. So let's say I want to define a record called person. So I'll call this, let's make it public, record. You need to put the keyword record, and then the name person, okay? And this person record, let's say, has a name and an age. Shout out to tab 9 for that splendid code completion. And next you need to open up your curly braces and close your curly braces. And that's it. Just like this, you've defined a record. Now, the record will automatically generate for you constructors, accessors, getters and setters, set accessors, and hash code, and also the string methods for you automatically. So you have to worry about nothing. The record class will take care of that for you. Now, to use the record is simple. Just create an instance of it. Just say you want to create an instance of a person. Say person is a person record. We call it as person record, and we just call it new, using the same new keyword that you would do when you create a class. So use a new person, and you just pass in these properties. So let's say this person name is John, and then the age is 50. You put your semicolon, and just like that, you're done. This is a record created from this record class. Now you can use this person record however you want, transport it in your network, transport it between components, and it will work just fine. This is records. Let's go to the next feature. The other feature I want to talk about is the text blocks feature. So a text block is basically a string that you can create by starting with 3 double quotes and then having some line breaks and then closing it with 3 double quotes. The advantage of the text block is that you can have new lines and quotes inside your string without taking care of escape line break characters, and in this way you can work easily with stuff like JSON and SQL and even text with text blocks. It makes it readable and more understandable. Let's see an example of that. So in this code snippet here, I'm going to show you how to write a text block. So to declare a text block, you basically write the keyword string, because a text block is a string, and you give the name of the string, of course. So let's just say text block, something like this. And now regular strings, you put just single quotes and you put your semicolon. But because it is a text block, you have to start it up with 3 double quotes. So I'll add another double quote, and let me remove this generator code. And now in between these 3 double quotes, you can write your entire string, whatever you want to write there. So let's say, for example, I want to write something like software engineers, and you can put your escape character like so, and then the future, something like this. Okay, something like this, and you can have as many escape characters to go to new line, and you can even have something like this. You can add quotes directly within it without needing to put slash another escape character for that. So you can put your quotes directly inside of it. So let's say, and let's say AI system not maybe taking our jobs, something like this. Okay, and I'm just coming up with these things randomly, by the way, to showcase. And you can add all of your things, and you can add random words like let's say Java, comma, semicolon. You can write just your regular strings, and you can add everything inside it. This is a text block. One use case of this will be, let's say you have to write SQL query that is really long, and it has all these joins, and you want to patch in some variables. This can be really useful because you don't need to worry about all these concatenation stuff. You just need to write all your whole query in one go and just have your escape characters like this. This is one of the features that I find really useful in JDK 17. So there you go, guys. 5 amazing features that I found really useful in JDK 17 or Java 17. If you use Java 17 within your project and you know of some exciting feature that I might not cover in this video, let us know about it in the comment, and we'll see. Probably we'll check it out too. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it out, and have a good one.